Howdy, my fellow YouTube humans. Today, we're doing a review. And one of these discs was sent to us by Dynamic. And we thank you for that, because it was great to throw it.
He's being so weird right now. It's the Slammer!
Slammer.
It's hard to see.
They didn't send us these two.
Wow, are these pretty, though.
But these are some of the ones that we have in our stash.
Yes.
And they're super pretty.
A lot of hype with these discs, and I get it. It's the DD little less stable harp. Is kind of how I would describe it.
Enjoy the video. So the Slammer, you can see it has this little thumb track here. You can see that all the way around. It is not a super deep putter. It's pretty normal. You can see there. And it has a little bit of a bead there. Nothing huge, not like the harp, but definitely bigger than a micro bead. All right, so the Slammer, it was a little bit more glidey than I was expecting, but definitely not super glidey, if that makes sense. I wasn't getting any crazy distances with it, which obviously you would expect because it was pretty stable.
And it's not a driver.
Yeah, that's also true. But when I threw it flat, it kind of, it almost had a little bit of positive high speed turn, if you were looking at the numbers. And it just always faded out. When I threw it on a hyzer, it just rode that hyzer the whole way and then came crashing to the ground.
Yes, definitely glidier than I thought. The thumb track, I didn't really notice it. It didn't affect my grip or anything, which I thought it was. I never really threw rhinos or anything like that, but on an Anheuser, it holds the Anheuser for a little bit, dumps out. Such a great approach disc, especially in this special edition. I don't think that's a plastic. I don't know what plastic it is.
No, I think
classic.
These are just classic blend. But I think what we were throwing was hard. But it was, you guys know those plastics.
Stable approach.
Yeah. Not quite as beefy as the harp, but I like the way this feels a little bit better than the harp. It wasn't quite as deep, and it doesn't have such a big bead. How was it for forehand, though?
Good. Also didn't notice the thumb track forehand. I was a little worried about that as well, but came out clean. It threw like a harp for me. A little bit more stable, and I throw
a little bit more stable for you?
Or less stable, sorry.
Okay.
And I throw a VIP harp, I believe. So I'm sure if they come out, I'm sure they are, the VIP Slammer, it's going to be just as stable. I bet you they're going to be just as stable. Great disc. I love these approach discs. Just being, I'm not a primary forehand player, but I throw a lot of forehand approaches, so I love these discs. Anyone that throws a lot of forehand or is trying to learn forehand, great disc to learn forehand with.
Yeah, they're this isn't going to turn over.
No.
And that's awesome to have in your approach disc, because you can just hyzer it in there and you don't have to worry about turning it over if you're trying to go straight at the basket or anything. You can just plop it right next to it. Just hyzer it in.
If you're righty and you have OB on the right and it's X amount of feet, if your approach distance, you're going to pick this disc up.
Yeah, they're awesome for that. Just like the harp. I think it's like Trav was saying, once this is in different plastics, which I don't know. I know they have them in special tournaments right now, but
I'm sure they're going to have their premium plastics.
Yeah, and I have a feeling they're going to be pretty similar to the harp when that happens. But they are, like Trav was saying, I didn't really notice the thumb track. It was kind of nice, but you don't really when you're throwing it. It doesn't get in the way at all or anything like that. So this was definitely a good disc. This is something that any level can have in their bag.
Great addition, DD, to that lineup.
Yes.
It's just about filled. I don't know. Obviously, you can add some discs to it, but it's complete.
Yeah,
it looks really good, that lineup you guys have. Shout out to them for sending this disc to us.
Yes, thanks again.
I think it's like on Instagram. Oh, that's Facebook. That's social network. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I don't know. We got like a Microsoft account or an email account. What
yeah. Check us out on Google Plus.
Smoke signal us at. Have a nice day.